Hello and welcome to The Subtle Way with me, Anna. So today I want to share a little bit of a cozy practice. It is stormy outside, the wind is blowing, it's pouring with rain, my windows have steamed up, and I just feel that need for just a little comfort, warmth, a hot cup of cocoa, that sensation of giving yourself a deep hug. So just taking a moment, and if you'd like to join me, come into a comfortable cross-legged position. You could sit on the floor or possibly work with the bed in this practice as well. And just take it as you come into the floor and you get yourself comfortable, feel free to move around a little bit. You don't need to be perfectly still. Just doing the little movements that release any little bit of tension from your body. So giving yourself time and space to arrive. And as you do, just bring your awareness into your breath, becoming aware of this present moment in time, noticing how you feel. I myself have been doing some big, deep healing self-practices, working on some of my wounds, as we call it. And I notice arising in me is a little bit of sadness. I feel that edge of emotion, that I'm about to just weep and carry tears down my face. So I can just be with that as I breathe. Notice that sensation, feel into it, allow it to exist in this time and place. A big part of building capacity is befriending our emotions. I don't believe in this term of negative emotions and positive emotions. They're all just emotions. They're feedback of life. And there's nothing wrong with any emotion, including anger. We're often taught that anger is wrong, but it's not. It's just a feedback of what's going on. We can misuse and misplace anger, but other times we need it to know that our boundaries are being crossed, that we need to defend ourselves. But the thing is, it's just some emotions that are harder to feel and express and hold than others. If we don't fight with ourselves, being in joy and love and harmony doesn't cost us anything. But being angry and not being able to healthily move that through and express us can cost us. Being sad and not allowing ourselves to feel that sadness so it gets stuck in the body, that can cost us. So we need to create time and space to be with and allow and feel our emotions, however they're showing up. So as I invited you in to feel your breath, let's just take a moment to take a little bit of a deeper inhalation, filling up your body, and exhaling. So let's just do a few more deep breaths. Breathing in what is, allowing it to move through or softening into it with the exhale. Sometimes you need to soften into the emotions. There's a tendency to tense and tight when we're dealing with them, but it's easier and healthier just to soften and allow. And then gently, we're just going to bring our legs out in front of us, stretching them out a little bit. If you've been sitting cross-legged for a while, it can get a little stiff. So just giving a little rotation through the hips and knees to open it up. So when there's sadness, which I seem to be feeling at the moment, there's also what can be really helpful is sort of creating and encouraging that sense of being small, to be able to move into oneself. So it can just bring the knees into the chest for a moment, and then just wrapping the arms around the legs and letting the head and neck curl inwards. I mean, this is a bit of a classic position of sadness. You can imagine oneself sitting on the cold bathroom floor crying. But here you can be in warmth and comfort and allow yourself just to sink in to the feelings, the emotions. And notice as you curl up, there is a sense of holding a bit of support as you wrap your arms around your legs, as you soften and allow. And just feeling a little curves, allowing the back to curve a little bit as you come forward. As you're aware of the back of the body, just noticing how the spine feels, the head and neck feels. If there's areas where you've been holding tightness and tension, just allowing that to go and soften. And then gently and easily just slowly rise back up once more. And then you can just bring the hands in behind, just to act as a little support. Gently lengthening up the spine, so straightening it up as you lean back. Just noticing how it feels to open some space across the heart. You can stretch out the legs, give them a little wriggle from side to side. You could have the knees bent if you like, and do a little windscreen wipers. Just sense how that feels in your body now. And just coming forward once more, we're going to stretch out the legs in front of us. Just going to turn to the side as we come into a forward bend. So taking a moment, so you may want to keep yourself lifted up. You can also bring something under your knees for a little bit support. You don't have to have completely straight legs for this. As we come into a forward bend, just do what works right for you. And then we're going to just be nice and soft with this. I'm keeping myself warm and cozy. I want my socks on, my hand warmers, my warm merino sweater, and my track pants today. Inhale, just lengthen up the spine. And exhale, going to lean forward. So just coming to any comfortable point. You may decide just to keep the back in one straight line with the chin slightly tucked. Or you may just want to soften in, and if you want to, you can bend the knees so you can collapse all the way forward or keep them straight. And just let the legs be soft for now. And as you roll forward, you can just allow that spine to round once more. Let head and neck soften. And as you inhale, you can imagine you're pulling out from the base of your spine all the way up to the top. Whatever feelings, emotions that have been sitting there, not allowing to be seen, sensed or felt. You can allow them to give a pathway up the spine and open across the shoulders. Allowing them to rise with inhale. And on the exhale, just softening into them. Then on an inhale, gently roll yourself back up. Allowing to open space, just taking a moment, just sitting upright. Noticing how the breath wants to move. Noticing where the emotional state is. What's happened, what's arisen. If anything is sitting on the surface, or perhaps not. You can take a moment, just bring the hands behind once more, just a little lean up, lengthening through. We're not going to lift our hips up today, we're just going to be soft and gentle with the body. And then coming back upright, and then we're just going to gently lay down. So I like to bring my hands onto the knees and just roll myself back. And you can come down any which way you like, so you're onto your back. And just keeping the knees bent for a moment, feet flat on the floor. And once more, we're just going to hug the knees into the chest. So keep coming back to those warm hugs. And when we bring our legs and knees into the belly, and if you can't wrap around the outside, you can always bring your hands on the outside. we're giving compression into the digestive system. And we're also touching into the area of the second chakra. So the second chakra connects into our emotions and creativity. Some people talk about sexuality, whether that's in the first or the second. It's up to you. It's what feels right to you. There's different aspects that overlap there. The important part here is getting into this aspect of where we hold our emotional, or a lot of our emotional expression is driven from this space, and connecting into the emotional body, one of the fields that surrounds us. Within the heart chakra, which is also connected with emotions, these are the emotions that connect us to love, whereas of the second chakra, it's related a lot to all the other kind of primal felt expression and our ability to express. And so we're creating compression on the front of this area. So if you like, you can tune into that space just above the pubic bone in the center and notice how it feels. And we're just going to gently lower the legs. And then we're just going to bring our right leg in and give a hug. And let the other leg extend. And then we'll switch sides. Again, just noticing how it feels in your body, one side to the other. And bending the knees and releasing those. And then we're going to begin to open up and create a little space across the chest, bringing our arms out to each side of the body. So making a T-section. Just taking a moment to see how that feels as you open up across the front of the chest. We've been holding on very tightly and bringing everything in, and now we're just going to allow to create a little bit of space across there. And then just lifting up the hips a little bit and move them over to the left side. Then tuck the knees into the chest and then let them drop over to the right. And just let them rest there for a moment. And then you can lengthen out your top leg, let it rest on the floor, or if you need a little extra support, you can always bring a cushion or a block or anything else. And then bring the hands behind the knee. You can do that underneath or over, what feels more comfortable for you. And then your head can face up, neutral, or one way or the other, just what works nicely for you today. So as you're aware of the twist, maybe bringing your awareness back into that space of the second chakra. We're stirring up that spot quite a lot with these positions in different ways. When we're not allowing ourselves to feel the centers of our emotions, often that area becomes congested, both physically and energetically. And we're just encouraging gentle reactivation, activation of that area, bringing in new energy by creating compression. So we squeeze and hold like bending a hose, stopping the water flowing and opening it back up again. So just doing that to help encourage movement through that chakral region. Then gently bend the knee and lift the legs back up once more. And take a moment just to re-neutralize the spine. And then lift the hips up over to the right about an inch. Bring the knees into the chest and dropping to the other side. And then once more, you can straighten out that top leg. Head can be facing either way, hand or over, underneath the knee. If you can't comfortably keep that leg out, you can always keep it bent. And then looking over away from you, whichever way you like, with the neck. So there's points behind the knees connected to the gallbladder. They're referred to as chivas on the impossible. So we're gently supporting the energy system that lets us know that we truly can reach our goals and our desires and our wants and our needs. As well as encouraging the release of stuck energy within that second chakra region, or the sacral chakra. And then bending that knee and slowly picking ourselves up once more. Then realigning and neutralizing the hips, bringing the hands in around the knees again. You can just gently rock side to side. And then gently rolling to one side and come back up to seated once more. We're just going to bring, once you're seated, bringing the arms up, and we're just going to inhale and open up the arms, drawing the shoulders gently behind us, creating little angel wings for ourselves, opening up across the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades down and back, and just gently breathing here, activating the energy of the heart center, opening it up, creating space, inviting in that love from the universe, as well as the love for ourselves. And then we'll just gently release, and then bring our arms across the front of the body, bringing our hands onto either side of the rib cage, and just connecting into what's called the spleen hug, the hug of the Great Mother. The spleen is considered the Great Mother of the meridian system. And here we're connecting to either side of it, activating that spleen energy. And also the energy of the Great Mother, the holding, the loving, the nurturing, the softening. When things are challenging, could always connect into that energy of the Great Mother, the Great Nurturer, the Holder. And as you hold, just take a moment, let the body soften, the head, the neck, the shoulders, the back, the torso, the hips, the legs. Notice if there's any areas that are holding, tightening. Just let them soften as you bring in the hug. The Great Mother, the Spirit, the archetype, coming and flowing into you from the universe, wrapping you up, encouraging you, letting you know you're safe and loved. And you can continue holding here for as long as you like. And I'm just gently going to close, so join me or continue with your hug. May you feel safe and secured and feeling your emotions. Thank you for joining me.